Hey, I'm Tony Lee. Welcome to Hot Flasher, your daily menopause podcast. Every weekday, my co-host Nikki breaks down the latest research, shares real stories, and talks about the stuff nobody warned us about. If you've got a story of your own, whether you're in perimenopause, right in the thick of it, or on the other side, head to hotflasher.com/share, and you might be featured in an upcoming episode. Here's Nikki.
Thanks, Tony. We've got some eye-opening research today. Literally, I'm Nikki, and today we're looking at 3 studies that caught my attention this week. First up is some brand new research from Finland that's making me think differently about hormone replacement therapy and our eyes. Then we'll talk about why doctors are getting a little nervous about the menopause product explosion happening right now. And we'll wrap up with some genuinely encouraging news about how what we eat can dramatically cut our stroke risk. So this Finnish study just published, and I have to say, it made me pause. Researchers followed 6,576 postmenopausal women for years, tracking their hormone replacement therapy use and whether they developed glaucoma. What they found was that women on HRT had a higher rate of glaucoma compared to those who weren't taking hormones. Now, before anyone panics and throws their estrogen patches in the trash, let's put this in context. This is observational research, which means it shows a connection but doesn't prove that HRT directly causes glaucoma. There could be other factors at play that the study didn't capture. Maybe women who seek out HRT are also more likely to get regular eye exams, so their glaucoma gets detected more often. Maybe there are genetic factors or other health conditions involved. But what's interesting is that this adds to a growing body of research suggesting our hormones and our eye health are more connected than we realised. Estrogen receptors exist in eye tissues, so it's not completely out of left field that fluctuating hormone levels during menopause or hormone therapy might affect eye pressure and optic nerve health. What does this mean practically? Well, if you're on HRT or considering it, this might be worth bringing up with both your gynecologist and your eye doctor. Regular eye pressure checks become even more important. Glaucoma is often called the silent thief of sight because it can progress without symptoms until significant vision loss occurs. Early detection makes a huge difference in treatment outcomes. The researchers were careful to note that more research is needed to understand this connection fully, but I appreciate that they're asking these questions. For too long, menopause research has focused narrowly on hot flashes and bone density, while other health implications got overlooked. Speaking of overlooked, let's talk about this CNN investigation into the menopause product boom. Suddenly, everyone wants to sell us something for menopause. Supplements, creams, teas, patches, apps, devices. The market has exploded and doctors are starting to wave some caution flags. The investigation found that many of these products make claims that aren't backed by solid research. Some contain ingredients that haven't been tested specifically for menopausal symptoms. Others promise results that sound too good to be true because they probably are. What frustrates me about this isn't that companies are finally paying attention to our market. It's about time, frankly. For decades, we were ignored by both researchers and product developers. The problem is that desperation creates vulnerability, and some companies are taking advantage of that. When you're dealing with debilitating hot flashes, brain fog that makes you feel like a stranger in your own head, or sleep disruption that's affecting every aspect of your life, you're willing to try almost anything. Companies know this. Some are developing genuinely helpful products based on real science. Others are just slapping menopause on existing supplements and charging premium prices. The doctors CNN interviewed emphasized something I think about a lot: the importance of having a healthcare provider who takes menopause seriously. someone who can help you distinguish between evidence-based treatments and marketing hype. Someone who understands that menopause affects every system in your body, not just your reproductive organs. This doesn't mean every menopause-targeted product is snake oil. Some are genuinely innovative. But it does mean we need to be smarter consumers. Look for clinical trials, not just testimonials. Ask questions about dosing, interactions, and side effects. And remember that if something sounds miraculous, it probably isn't. Now, shifting gears to some genuinely good news. New research confirms something that keeps showing up in study after study. The Mediterranean diet is remarkably protective for our health, especially as we age. This latest research found that following a Mediterranean eating pattern reduces stroke risk by 25%. 25%. That's not a small improvement. That's substantial protection against a condition that's particularly concerning for postmenopausal women. Stroke risk increases after menopause, partly because of hormonal changes and partly because of other cardiovascular risk factors that tend to accumulate as we age. But this research suggests that how we eat can significantly influence our risk. The Mediterranean diet isn't really a diet in the restrictive sense. It's more of an eating pattern based on how people in Mediterranean countries traditionally ate: lots of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and olive oil. Fish and poultry in moderate amounts, limited red meat and processed foods, moderate wine consumption if you drink alcohol. What I find compelling about Mediterranean diet research is how consistent the benefits are across different health outcomes. It's not just stroke prevention. Research suggests it may reduce risk of heart disease, certain cancers, cognitive decline, and depression. It seems to have anti-inflammatory effects, which is particularly relevant during menopause, when chronic inflammation can become more of an issue. The beauty of this approach is that it's sustainable and enjoyable. You're not eliminating entire food groups or counting points or measuring portions obsessively. You're emphasizing foods that are naturally satisfying and flavorful. For those of us navigating menopause, this research is particularly encouraging because it represents something concrete we can do to protect our health. We can't control our genetics or turn back the clock on hormonal changes, but we can influence what's on our plates. The stroke prevention benefit alone makes this worth considering. Stroke is a leading cause of death and disability in women, and the risk increases significantly after menopause. A 25% reduction in risk through dietary changes. That's powerful medicine. So where does this leave us today? We've got new questions about HRT and eye health that are worth discussing with our doctors. We've got a reminder to be savvy consumers in an increasingly crowded menopause product marketplace. And we've got solid evidence that our food choices can provide real protection against serious health risks. It strikes me that all three of these stories are really about the same thing: taking an active, informed role in our health during this life stage. Whether we're weighing treatment options, evaluating products, or choosing what to eat, the key is asking good questions and making decisions based on the best available evidence. Tomorrow, we'll be talking about something completely different but equally important: new research on menopause and workplace performance. Are the cognitive changes we experience during perimenopause and menopause affecting our careers in ways we haven't fully recognised? The answer might surprise you.
Thanks for listening to Hot Flasher. We're back tomorrow with more, so don't forget to subscribe. See you tomorrow.